Well, it's officially day one. After I got the news, I drew my Mtn Goat tag here in Colorado. 11 preference points. I believe 11 preference points in total. And I drew it here this year. So, needless to say, I was up early this morning, about 4:30, wasn't able to sleep. And about 5 o'clock, I finally got out of bed and just went downstairs to work out. So, drawing a tag like this, and I was able to draw my bighorn sheep tag in 2015, and kind of makes you rethink things, like your gear, your setup. Heck, for that matter, I've got a video series that's coming out that's just on a vehicle build, that I've been perfect timing. Truck next door cranking up, but it just makes you rethink everything. So the good thing is I try to shoot all year. I've already started working on the build that I'm going to plan to hunt with this year, primarily for western big game. And I'm settling back on my RX1 Ultra. Hunted with this some last year. I had a 2-cam and a 3-cam, and I ended up selling my 2-cam, picked up a new RX3 Ultra on a 2-cam, and I've just been shooting this side by side. And even though the RX3 Ultra is quieter, it feels like a little bit smoother, deader in the hand, I should say, less hand shock. This bow for me just aims better. I don't know, it's got about a 3 or 4 inch longer riser. It's about an inch longer axle to axle. But just the overall feel of this bow, the geometry, this has got a little shorter limb than the new bows. This feels comfortable to me. I'm able to shoot this well. I could put this bow down for a week, 10 days at a time, shoot the other bow, come back, pick this up, and I still feel like I shoot this bow better. So, drawing a tag like the Mtn Goat tag, I'm just gonna put my time behind this bow. That RX3 is probably gonna be my whitetail tree stand bow this year, and it's an Ultra as well, like I said. But just giving you some of the specs. I mean, I'm shooting an Axis 300 again this year. I played with this and an injection last year, but this is the match grade. Got an alpha bow hunting wrap on there. 3 stealth vanes. I got a little bit of an aggressive offset there. I don't know if you can see that on the on those stealth on that 3 fletch. I'm trying out the impact collar, from Iron Will and 100 grain tips right now. This arrow's finishing right at 475. I may end up going to a 125 grain tip. I'm just not sure yet. It's going to depend on really what broadhead I want to shoot. So that's kind of the gist of it. Like I said, excited, and I'm going to be tracking some of my preparation as I get ready for this hunt, because I tell you that's the biggest regret I had last time with my sheep hunt, was not, I don't want to say documenting, right? But there was some experience from the scouting to the drives up to just the day-to-day preparation and excitement, nerves, everything, everything all into one that I wish I would have documented more. I took quite a few notes. The story itself, I've documented that fairly well for my well-being in the future. But like I said, this hunt, as I get ready for it, it's something that again, everything comes back into perspective. Even my physical preparation, I've got pics from the sheep hunt I went on that I was probably 18 to 20 pounds lighter than I am right now at my lightest, because that type of hunt, that type of preparation, I was just cardio to the max. When we were out there eating, it was not very many calories, and I'm not saying I want to get back to that weight. I mean, right now I'm floating between 200 202 pounds. I was in the low 180s on that hunt. I want to say 182 184. I'd like to be back around 190 192 for opening day, I guess, as I head on that hunt. So like I said, everything in a nutshell, it just comes in perspective, and some of the tried and true components on my setup are coming with me again, and it speaks volumes to getting comfortable with the setup, because again, being in the industry of having a pro shop, I'll get a new bow every year, sometimes 2 new bows to try out, to demo, just as I'm trying to feel my way through things to help articulate and inform a new customer the best I can. But this bow, like I said, I shot the RX1 Ultras. These are the best carbon bows that I've shot, I feel, since I've been shooting carbon. I've always kind of went back to the aluminum side, but this bow, just for some reason, it balanced very well for me and it aimed very well for me, and so I'm going to continue with it. But I'm familiar with it. There's so many things that you know, from what we do on the tournament side, preparing you, getting your heart rate up. When you get in those high pressure moments, I truly feel the equipment that you are most comfortable with, you're going to be the most successful with. So I'm going to plan on sticking with this right now and just keep grinding it out, getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and shoot some arrows and continue my morning. Like I said, it started early, so I'm just enjoying some coffee, and as the sun's coming up, shooting some arrows kind of into the sun. I'm playing with the new Raptor peep, 1/8 inch, and it's really blocking out quite a bit of the glare. I usually have a hard time shooting this early in the morning facing this direction. I got a bag and a couple targets down there, but the few shots I've shot so far this morning, no issues seeing the target, my sight. So I'm going to continue with it. I hope you enjoy as I track the journey. Comment below, like I said, if there's anything that I'm talking about or using, I'd be happy to answer any questions or explain a little bit more in depth as to some of the components, some of the features. Like I said, there may be a couple things that get changed out. I may go to a new black gold sight. This quiver has been on, I believe, 4 different bows, and as you can see, it's just a standard 2-piece 4-arrow quiver, taking some lumps, but it's still holding up, and I like the design. I like that it's just tight to the riser, lightweight, and we're going to get after it. So I hope you enjoy the process coming with me, because I'm just a little bit excited. All right, everybody. Well, it's about day 3 now in my prep for my mountain goat hunt. Started a couple days ago just with the shooting and the working out, so that's going well. But kind of phase 2 is something I've been working on. Started about 1.5 years ago. I bought a vehicle that I wanted to just build or outfit specifically for my hunting kind of lifestyle, if you will. Started with the Jeep Wrangler. Long story short, that just wasn't the right vehicle for me. Great off-road vehicle, but as much highway time as I spend, it just wasn't what I was looking for. So picked up the new 4Runner. Excited to get this build going on this 4Runner. Actually today I'm going to be taking some of my hard-earned money, right, quite a bit of it, because I got to go buy my lift. I'm going to be heading here locally to Toy Tech Rock Sliders. Going to pick out my suspension lift. The vehicle is going to get started with that first modification here later this week. So I'm going to be bringing you with me as I outfit again this rig, this ultimate hunting rig that I'm looking to put together. And not claiming to know everything about off-roading. I've had trucks all my life, lifted trucks, and I know a little bit about that world. I'm not ignorant to everything, but I'm not the go-to guy. So this is just going to be more my experience getting that vehicle ready for everything high country, off-road, a lot of these trails to get to these places where we got to get to for a hunt, specifically like a mountain goat hunt. It requires a little bit more versatility, hence a little bit smaller platform like a 4Runner over my big diesel. The other thing, just off-road capabilities, and the things I'm going to outfit the vehicle inside and outside with to help me out, comfort, efficiency, and again, just that little kid in the candy store, if you will. As I have the funds to put things on there, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So come on with. We're going to head over to Toy Tech, again, local Colorado company. Excited to be working with them to put a lift on this, actually picking out the lift for the 4Runner. So let's go check it out. All right, well, got all loaded up from Toy Tech. Going with the Toy Tech suspension, 3-inch lift. Silver foils there. Rear shocks. Our rear springs, upper control arms. Looking forward to getting this all put back on the 4Runner with the new wheels. So excited to see what it's going to look like. We're going to go drop it off today and get it back in a few days. So stay tuned. So trying to work a little bit more on some awkward position, getting your core involved in some shots. You know, as goat hunt prep continues, seems like when I go back and look at notes that I've taken on my sheep hunt and other high country style hunts, those awkward positions where you're crab crawling into place or belly crawling, you're getting up in a position and maybe taking an awkward shot, don't get practiced enough. And I just want to make sure that I am incorporating that into my routine as much as I can. I'm starting to take a lot more notes, look back at notes. You know, journal taking is super valuable from that respect. When you're out in a hunt, prepping for the hunt, on the hunt, to go back and be able to look back, and especially like now from, you know, 4 years ago when I was 4 years ago, 2015, on my sheep hunt, some of those things that I overlooked, that I wasn't as prepared as I probably should have been for, I'm gonna make sure I try to work those as much as I can. So been doing that. The other thing I wanted to talk about briefly was this Raptor peep from Hamskea. One of the directions where I shoot, the sun comes about 11 o'clock to me, and I was able to shoot. This Raptor peep was just, it protected me enough just where I wasn't getting a lot of glare, but I was still able to see clearly through my peep into my sight. So I'm using an 1/8 inch mount. It matches pretty well, pretty tight to the ring on a bright sunlight day. But daylight day where it's a little bit dimmer, I get the whole green ring on my sight perfectly. So I'm really liking the Raptor peep. Issues I've had in the past with the insight, because it's a little bit bigger, if this string angle does not come back perfect, it just, you know, you're getting that little bit of a, you're not looking through that peep true. So the Raptor peep being a little bit shorter, the strings are settled now on this bow. I put new string and cables on there a month or so, a month and a half ago. Cycle it enough now to where it's not moving, it's coming back pretty good, even after retweaking the bow a little bit. So happy with this setup. Like I said, the arrows are shooting good. Starting up close with these odd position shots, you know, some of the kneeling position shots I'm also going to be integrating in as I work through my practice routines, my preparation. So just wanted to touch on this a little bit as, like I said, as I continue with the prep, as I start coming across things that I notice with my build, with my prep, I'll keep you informed and updated, because like I said, some of the components I'm trying, some of the things I'm integrating are new. There's a lot of my setup that is not new. So some of that stuff is, I've been using them for years, or it's just a newer version of something I've used for years. So I'll be updating you as much as I can. Appreciate you watching. We're going to continue with these, you know, more personal, if you will, intimate vlog style videos as I prep for this goat hunt, and all things big game, because obviously elk, mule deer, whitetail, pronghorn, all those hunts are going to be intermingled here. So, but the main one being that mountain goat tag. So again, as far as the vehicle build and some of that, I know it's not typically things I've done, but that tool to get me to and from, to get me to places that that I'd like to be able to get a little closer, if you will, be a little more comfortable and efficient. I'm excited to bring you that, just because it's things that I've started working on, like I said, from a while ago. But that vehicle build is really going to start coming together here, and with my bow hunts in mind. So anyway, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment. You know, if you got any questions on some of the stuff I'm working on here, or some of the things I'm using, the tools, I'd be happy to answer them, or comment. Like I said, I'm not claiming to come here to you from a place of knowing it all. This is just my process, if you will. I do get a lot more meticulous with certain things than others. Certain things that I have in my system, I've been down that road to the nth degree with some of the components and some of the ways I go about getting to it. So I may overlook some of that. So if you've got questions on why I do something a certain way, ask. I'm happy to answer them. Thanks for following along, and we'll see you soon.